All right, so we're going to throw around a lot of different terms as we lay this out. But one of the things that I think is really helpful is to think about the spectrum that we're engaging now because of COVID and the different ways in which we have to think about school or teaching and learning, however you want to think about it, um, and lay out kind of the whole scenario. So this is a graphic that I've gotten from a guy named Adrian Giuliani, which I think is really helpful. So the blue is where we used to be, right? Full in person, 5 days a week. You're going to see your kids for the full periods. It's face to face. It's in classroom. The good old days, if you want to talk about it that way. The green, the right side of the spectrum is fully remote. Okay, and very similar to what we experienced in May, or March and April and May, in that there's very limited student contact or no face-to-face in-person contact, and then everything in between is where we're probably going to live at least the majority of the fall and into the winter. Okay, a hybrid model is something that's being thrown around. So you potentially could see your students face to face in person for 4 or 5 days in a row. Then we switch, and you see the other half of your kids basically the other 4 or 5 days in a row, and back and forth, right? So dual mode in the way this is laid out is simultaneous. But again, we'll throw around blended learning and hybrid learning, and we'll talk a lot more, or I'll help you think about a lot more about synchronous and asynchronous pieces to how you're interacting with students and the kinds of things that we're doing with them. But I think this is helpful to think about what is the whole picture that we've got in front of ourselves, from full in person um, and like it used to be to fully remote, and then everything in between. Okay, one of the helpful ways to think about it is fully remote. We're very clear on. Fully in person. We know that, but hybrid think is a mix of the two, right? And those sort of three channels or three modes is a good way to sort of at least calibrate yourself as you plan in the next couple months for what's upcoming. So I hope that that's helpful.